Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and this is quite an exciting video where I can legitimately say, like, the end is coming. I don't even know how to react to this news because this has been a long time coming. Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord Early Access announcement. Yes, you will be able to play Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord very soon, and it will be released in early access on March 31st. We'll go over all of the information on that. Alright, first of all, let's talk all about Mount & Blade 2, and yes, it is going into early access. This is, like, shocking. I had heard rumblings of it. Apparently, PC Gamer had accidentally leaked it, but guys, I know some of you guys are like me where you have been waiting a long time for this game, but you can literally pull up a video where I did my top 10 upcoming PC games of 2015, and I think I ranked Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord really highly on there. I thought it was gonna at least come out in early access or be playable then. Obviously, it's been a long time coming. The game is a massive undertaking, and it's a grandiose improvement upon the first game, and I love the older Mount & Blade titles, but Bannerlord is really taking the franchise to the next level. So again, it will be coming March 31st. It will be a hefty price point, early access at $49.99. However, I think ultimately when the game is released, it'll be $59.99, so it's not like it's that crazy, and this is a game with so much to do that I think the $50 price point is warranted. Hopefully, it's not a complete train wreck at early access. I imagine a lot of people are gonna get on, and at the end of the day, it is an early access release, so what are we really expecting? We have to expect some issues, we have to expect some problems, but the fact that we get to finally play it, hey, that's exciting enough for me. So I do want to read over all of the information that they have. They've got a ton of early access info. They've got so much info here. The horns sound, the ravens gather, an empire is torn by civil war. Beyond its borders, new kingdoms rise. Grit on your sword, don your armor, summon your followers, and ride forth to win glory on the battlefield of Calradia. Establish yourself and create a new world out of the ashes of the old. So what can you expect out of early access? So here's what they note. Early access is something that we are very familiar with. Our first title, Mount & Blade, helped to pioneer this method of release back in 2005. By working alongside our community, we were able to deliver a unique gaming experience that players still enjoy to this day. These past experiences have taught us that it is vital to bring players in to help us iron out any issues and refine the game by utilizing feedback to bring it to the level that both our community and we expect. We are hoping to run a productive and efficiently early access for Mount & Blade Bannerlord as well. However, due to the nature and scale of the game that we have envisioned, there may be various problems or missing features and content during the course of early access. Here are a few aspects you may need to know. Unique maps for towns, castles, and villages. Although we plan to create unique maps for every town and castle in the game, it is a rather arduous process to create that many well-designed maps, and as such, different locations may share the same map during early access. Quest content, a portion of a planned quest may be missing entirely, and those in the game may be using placeholder maps, animations, etc. As far as balancing goes, various aspects of the game may be poorly balanced. Parts of the game may be too easy or too hard. Voiceovers, since the game uses a lot of dynamic text and hundreds of NPCs, we are planning to record voiceovers only for a limited subset of the dialogue. Greetings, companion introductions, and main quests. Some of these planned voiceovers may be missing or using placeholder versions during early access. Save games, we're going to strive to keep save game compatibility during early access. However, it may be technically infeasible to provide 100% backward compatibility in save games, and you may occasionally have to start a new game after updating to a new version. So that's a bummer, but hey, it's early access for a colossal game like this, so that's kind of a typical expectation. Bugs and glitches, I imagine that there's going to be a litany of those, and they noted, although we strive to create a stable game experience, the game will be actively developed during early access, and hence, there will be a greater chance of bugs and glitches creeping up. It will, of course, be a priority to fix all of those. As far as localization goes in different languages, our current plan is to localize the game into the following languages: French, Italian, German, Japanese, Korean, Polish, Brazilian, Portuguese, Russian, Simplified Chinese, Spanish, and Turkish. Other languages may be added later. During early access, localizations for these languages may be missing entirely or may be incomplete. Multiplayer modes and features. The game currently supports several popular multiplayer modes, but we are planning to add more modes and features, possibly including ranked matchmaking. That would be very nice to see, especially if we can get that going in early access. Single player features. Several planned single player features may be missing or incomplete. These include, but are not limited to, full game controller support, some skill and perk effects, crafting, some aspects of sieges and clan, army and kingdom management. Developing Mount & Blade Bannerlord Bannerlord has been and continues to be a fabulous experience for us, and we are excited to be walking the final phase of this journey together with our players. Of course, you may prefer to wait a little bit longer and hold off until the final finished product. In that case, please consider adding the game to your wishlist, and you'll receive an email when the release goes live. That is, of course, the full version of the release. And they also note approximately how long will this game be in early access. I'm sure that's a talking point that a lot of you guys want to know about. They note, while we do not have a set date for a full release at this moment, we expect that the game will be in early access for around a year. So relatively lengthy, but comparable early access to a lot of other games. Hell, a lot of other games have been in early access a lot longer. Cough, cough, DayZ, cough, cough. Our focus is on ensuring that the game is fun and enjoyable rather than imposing a deadline that might have a negative impact on the final project, and I think that is imperative with a game like this. The expectations are rather high. Instead of having a concrete deadline, don't even establish one at this point, because then you are going to be pressured to put the game out, and if you hit it with a delay, that's just going to cause even more disappointment. Just say the game will be out when it's ready, and have a release date when you are super comfortable that the game will be ready, that the game will be of quality, and it'll be good to go. And you don't want to go the route of something like Warsend when it comes out and it's an absolute train wreck, even though it's fundamentally a really good game. You want to have all your ducks and eggs in a row before you put out a big game like this, although in the case of Mount & Blade 2, I think they already have their expectations in line that this game is going to be a big release. In fairness to the Warsend team, that kind of blindsided them with how big that game ended up being. How is the full version of the game planned to be differ from the early access version? The early access version, of course, contains a wealth of content that will keep players engaged for many hours. While the early access version is very much stable and playable, players can expect to run into some obscure bugs and other issues while playing that we intend to locate and fix before the full release. The early access version will be reusing scenes for different towns, may lack some supporting features, may have a limited number of quests, voiceovers, etc., and may lack localization for some languages. Throughout the course of the early access period, we intend to introduce the missing supporting features such as rebellions, kingdom creation, and weapon crafting, while expanding and enhancing many of the existing features that are outlined below. Alright, we're getting into the home stretch now. What is the current state of the early access version? In terms of content, the early access version of the game contains all of the main staples of the Mount & Blade experience with a host of content that is new to the series. Players can create their own character using the game's character creation system, explore the content of Colradia, gather their own warband of troops, command and fight alongside their troops in large-scale battles using the game's extensive command system and intuitive skill-based directional combat system, raid settlements, lay siege to and capture enemy towns and castles, trade items and goods using the game's deep economy system, which the economy system in this game is ridiculous based on what I've heard, so do expect a lot of depth to the gameplay in that regard. You'll also be able to engage in politics and diplomacy, manage their own clan, upgrade and manage settlements, gather armies and wage war, and much more, all in a vast single-player sandbox setting where no playthroughs are the same. That's also been an imperative when talking about Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, where there's so much decision-making and so many options in the gameplay that if you restart this game, the playthrough that you have is going to differ from playthrough to playthrough by a significant degree. You'll see in other games, you'll have decision-making here and there, and that'll alter the experience a bit. With Mount & Blade 2, it looks like they're really heightening that to another level. They also note the early access version also includes fully supported multiplayer game modes for players to test their combat skills and tactical prowess against players from all over the world. Let's see how that multiplayer component turns out in early access. That's usually the biggest cause for concern out of an early access game, especially one with as much hype as this. That might be a little bit difficult. Will the game be priced differently during and after early access period? And actually, yeah, they know there is no plan to change pricing after early access, so $49.99 is probably going to be the price that it comes out at. And how are you planning on involving the community in your development process? We intend to use a range of different methods to gather player feedback and data throughout the early access period. These include engaging with users directly on our official forum and our Steam forum, requesting specific feedback through questionnaires, hosting and participating in multiplayer events alongside our community, and using analytics to gather data. They also have a ton more information on the page below that on Steam, so wow, what a long time coming, and that was a mouthful to get through. However, I wanted to bring you guys all the information about Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, not only on YouTube, social media, but my personal friends have been asking me what is the status of Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, and it's exciting to know that come March 31st, the game will finally be in early access. No, it's not out in its full form, but this is a gigantic milestone for one of the hotly anticipated PC exclusives, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that. I definitely want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Are you excited for Mount & Blade 2? Are there too many other games coming out right now that maybe you're gonna skip out on the early access period and check it out in full release? I imagine the majority of you guys at some point will play it, but sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and if you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.